Breaking news. Donald Trump said tonight that he would impose 25% tariffs on Canadian goods starting February 1st. And Canada clenches her collective asshole. I feel like he's playing with us at this point. Check this out.
What are you thinking on tariffs on Mexico, given these actions you're signing on the border?
Well, we're thinking in terms of 25% on Mexico and Canada because they're allowing vast numbers of people. Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people to come in and fentanyl to come in.
When do you think you would enact those?
I think February 1st.
Are you planning on keeping notice of that?
I think we'll do it February 1st.
25% on both, sir?
Sir, on each.
And we thought we were out of the woods for the next little while, right? The news broke this morning that Trump would not impose the 25% tariffs on Canada after his inauguration today. You'll recall he said a few months ago that he would sign an executive order imposing 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico on day one. We learned this morning that he wouldn't impose those tariffs just yet. And some people were speculating that it would take about 90 days before the tariffs come down. Now, to be fair, Trump himself did not actually say any of this, right? He did not say any of this. Not that I saw anyways. But as the news broke this morning, Canada let out a collective breath that we didn't even know we were holding, right? Now we learn that we don't even have 90 days. We barely have 2 weeks. He says he's thinking of putting these tariffs up against Canada on February 1st. Gosh, where's Danielle Smith when you need her, right? Did you guys see she went to the inauguration of Donald Trump and didn't even get in? I don't know about you, but I find that hilarious. Obviously, this doesn't change much for the Canadian government. If anything, they get 2 more weeks to dig in and come up with solutions to fight these tariffs. Props to Doug Ford for taking a leadership role and coordinating the premiers as he has. And to be honest, I think Justin Trudeau is finally responding with the fighting words I wanted to hear from him from the start. Like it or not, I think he's done well in the last 2 weeks. Not in the beginning of the thing, but in the last 2 weeks, I think he's done a bit better. Trump is a deal maker. So let's make a deal with this guy. But none of this blatant disrespect, none of this 51st state bullshit, none of this bending over for the great American ramming or whatever. I'm not having it. Actually, something interesting I remember today, the Biden government actually increased tariffs on lumber from Canada to almost 15% in 2024. And nobody said a thing. Nobody kicked up a fuss like this. But to be fair, I imagine that it was because those tariffs were not across board, like Trump is seeking to do with these 25% tariffs. Speaking of Trump, did you guys hear his inauguration speech? Now, objectively speaking, I think it was a great speech. If you watch my content, you know I have a lot of problems with the way Trump sees the world, but I think his speech was great. I think it was truly galvanizing. Just listen to this clip real quick.
From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or their pride. Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge that they faced. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America, promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who dreams for their child, and every child who dreams for their future, I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you.
Tell me that you didn't come away from that, if you're an American, tell me you didn't come away from that thinking you could take on the world. Here's a man reminding you of America's proud heritage of breaking frontiers and achieving the impossible. Like literal goosebumps. And I'm not even American, I'm Canadian, right? I thought it was a great speech in that sense. So let's see how things unfold with these tariffs. Trump says he thinks they'll come on February 1st, but I'll say he's bluffing again about the date, at least, not the tariffs. I think he's serious about imposing the tariffs, but I think the idea is to wring out some form of concession from Canada on trade or on resource allocation as it pertains to the border or to illegal fentanyl. If you ask me, I think illegal immigration and fentanyl inflow are problems that we need to confront here in Canada anyways. So honestly, I don't mind him pressing the Canadian government on this, on the fentanyl problem and on the border. Doesn't mean I want to be the 51st state though. Canada is not for sale. Hands off, guys. You know what else needs pressing right now? Not that, you filthy animals. Get your mind out of the gutter. Just hit the subscribe button and join the conversation whenever I post new videos. I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.